Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker. We are back, and today we are going to talk about boundaries in a relationship. When participating in public events and running across, exes and things like that, what boundaries should be in place? So, coming across other people that may be interested in you in a public forum, place, party, whatever, and knowing when to either push the rescue button for your significant other to come over and rescue you, or you walking away, or when just lines are crossed. And you see, I went right into it because of this Meagan Good, Michael Ealy, and Jonathan Major situation. It's a lot going on. A lot of disrespect in that video. But they say that we didn't see the whole entire video. Okay, so boundaries. Say if you are out with your lady, guys, or females, you're out with your man, and you guys are at a function, and you come across, an ex. Should there be any type of dialogue with this person without your person being close enough to hear what is being said? Right? And should there be any some sort of, I don't want to say groping, but because that's the wrong word, but should an ex pick your girl up like Michael Ealy did in that video? I mean, he basically picked her up and was damn near about to spin her around in a circle. Now, let me say this. I understand, we're all human and all of us have a past, right? And there are particular people in your past that, the relationship probably didn't end on a bad note. But that doesn't mean that you guys should keep in contact. That doesn't mean when you see each other and we're out, it should be anything that resembles that. And if it does, I feel like I have the right to lose my mind. Now, at this age, I wouldn't practice the same methods that I have in the past. I wouldn't put hands, feet, and teeth on this mojo. But I will probably, if he picked my chick up like that, I'll probably tap him on the arm like, all right, that's enough. Because it's overkill. Like, even if you haven't seen her in a while, you see me next to her, you've acknowledged that we're together. You probably heard rumors that we're together. So how dare you be disrespectful to me? And in the video, it didn't look like he acknowledged Jonathan Major at all. But they say that the video started at a certain point and that he did speak to him first. But even still, you don't get to embrace my woman for that long and that way. It's just I feel like there's boundaries, and I have an ego, and this is mine's now, bro. It's mine's. Everybody doesn't practice, and everybody doesn't stand on a deen the way people should. You know what I'm saying? I conduct myself different than a lot of other men, and a lot of other men conduct themselves different than I will or do. You know, as grown men, I think that in that situation, or even a particular situation, like let's say for instance, me being out with my woman, if she was to see her ex, in my head, and fellas, don't act like we don't do this. In my head, I'm counting the seconds on how long you are hugging my woman. And anything past 2 seconds, yeah, I'm not, listen, counting as you're hugging her in my head. 1, 2. That's it, bro. You should be breaking away from her. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with insecurities. You know what I'm saying? It's just, proper etiquette. That's it. Like, yo, dog, you don't like, I'm nothing that can be missed. I'm nothing that can be missed. And I ain't even talking about, this face of mine. We ain't talking about that. Listen. But I'm every bit of 6'4", 240 of gut rich and terror. Yes. We addressing everything. And what's mine's is mine's, and I protect it like it's mine's. You understand? That's why I don't get on social media talking about my personal life, relationships, or a relationship, or it's hard not to, especially when you are kind of like, to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You going through like a thing where you finding yourself and you isolating yourself from the rest of the world as much as you possibly can. But there should be boundaries. Like, my woman shouldn't be texting her ex. Her ex shouldn't be texting her. I'm not even cool with you leaving, every time my woman posts a picture, you leaving heart emojis. Yeah, it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. I had this conversation with some friends of mine. Those emojis under a picture can tell a story. Yeah, they can. You just gotta read them. You gotta read them. Read them. Like a heart and a rocket together. That means you got my heart and we could take off. When you get a certain age, you should have learned some sort of respect, right? And especially for other people's belongings. We've all grown up and seen from afar, see how women could start a fucking war, right? Or how men are territorial. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with brothers, but they weren't actually in the household with me for some time. You know what I mean? I have an older brother and I have a younger brother. I never had to share my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, my lady is my best friend. We have a bond. And if you try to come in between that bond, someone is going to have to post bond for me. Yeah. But at some point, we got to hold the woman accountable as well. Because why does Michael Ealy feel as if he can pick her up off the ground and twirl her around in front of her man? Now, we all know Jonathan Major went through some things some time ago, a few months ago, maybe a year ago, right? So if he was to respond with aggressive force. And it doesn't necessarily mean him putting hands on the boy, but just, you know, a light tap on the arm, like, all right, Playboy, we would have been reporting that. Or those other people would have taken that and stuck that to him. Like, look what he is. We lost that case. We should have stuck it to him. Look how aggressive he is. Because, you know, they already look at us a certain way, but want to be us and stealing everything from us. You know, style, talk, music, everything. But we would have been talking about something else if he would have checked son right on the spot. But see, it would have been nothing wrong with that in the eyes of real men. Because that is a form of disrespect. Like, yo, dog, you see me sitting here, and let's just start where on film what we seen, how he didn't acknowledge him, right? Now let's say he didn't acknowledge him and he did that. Yo, that's more of a reason to check him, to tap that forearm as he got my lady in the ear, like, all right, dog, that's enough. And then when he put her down, excuse me, y'all, I can't take these pictures right now. Yo, let me holler at you outside. In between parked cars. 5 seconds. 3-punch combination. 2 of them gonna land. Lights out. We ain't playing no games. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Listen. Everyone should have proper etiquette at some point of their life. When you get a certain age, being disrespectful to another man, that's out the window. You gotta show respect to get respect. And if you are disrespectful to a real man, I'm sure that real man is gonna be disrespectful to you. Yeah. Like I said, even if Michael Ealy and her had something from that video, we all thought like, yo, he smashed that. Okay, let's say you did, homeboy. Let's say you did. Don't remind me of it when we are in the same setting by doing shit like that. I don't want to be reminded that you was with my chick before I was. And if you are displaying that, right? If you're showing that, let's hope that you're not talking about it near me. I mean, yo, should you not be checked? You gotta remind me that you was with my woman in a setting before I was by doing things like that. That's disrespectful. Don't make me think about it. Because prior to, I wasn't. And it's not me trying to be a tough guy, anything like that. I give it, I want it back. Respect. I give it, I want it back. And if you have a hard time giving it to me, you can choose to stay away from me or pour it on thick. Be disrespectful. Be as disrespectful as you need be. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you feel like you need to do. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with having a problem. Never did. But I'll be damned if you disrespect me as a man, blatantly, to my face. Especially doing some shit like that. Megan should have whispered in his ear, hey yo, put me down. Yeah. She even looked at Jonathan Major after. Look at the video real slow. She looked at him. She peeped him because she knew it was off. Listen, ladies, if you are doing something while you're in a relationship and a piece of your heart is telling you it's not right, you need to listen to that piece. You should not go forward with it. It's the whole truth. You love the person right, that you know will have a problem with this. You need to listen to that shit. You need to listen to that voice in your head. And we all done this. We put women to the test. Yeah. The test is, check it out. You dating someone, right? And y'all dating, and you know, some guy from your past is having drinks in somewhere. He's like, yo, come out. Yo, maybe from high school. From high school. You a nice looking girl, right? So you know it's a possibility that he might look at you like you a nice looking girl. Going to meet him, even if it's a group setting, if he's calling you, he get in contact with you to come through and have drinks, even if it's a group setting, you shouldn't go. But us men, we will, if you say it to us, if you like, yo, my homeboy from high school is having drinks, you know, somewhere, whatever, and he, you know, he asks if I could come through. Are you okay with it? Some men, most men, and all of us have done this at least one time. You'd be like, yeah, go ahead. I mean, you want to go? Go ahead. That's the test to see if you really gonna go. And if you go, that lets me know that I'm not the love of your life. Right? You don't look at me as such. I'm telling you, every man has done that. That's the test. We will test you to see if you're actually going to go. Look at Love Jones. That scene in Love Jones when she was going back home, you know, to see old boy. And she asks Darius if she should go. And Darius like, yeah, I mean, you want to go, you know. And she went. And while she was away, he was messed up about it. And he started fucking around. It's the test. Listen here, boundaries. Boundaries, we all have them. In a relationship, like I said, you guys might have to go over the boundaries. Especially in dating, you know, the first year. You might have to bring out the book again and go over hers and yours. What not to do, what's okay. Straight up. Because sometimes people forget. So again, this is Mr. Walker's podcast. And we are signing out. And we're going to close out with, we are rolling, bitches.